Alright, now I'll be showing you how to cut and sew your culotte. So this is my center front. I have to cut on the crotch line, following the curve. Remember the paper I say you should add, this is it. This is how it comes out. And then you cut your new waistline and then the side seam. Don't forget we have 0.5 seam allowance already on the pattern. So I won't be adding. So I'm marking where we'll cut, following the curve, and then the inside leg. So I'll cut it out in fold, please. Okay, here we have center front already cut out, and then the center back. Now we need to write out, make sure you write out all the parts you need to add the necessary allowance. This is the side seam which we already have 0.5. So the only part that is remaining for us to add allowance is the crotch. So add 0.5 seam allowance here, around here, and then the inside leg 0.5. We already have a mean allowance on the pattern paper. Same thing for the center back, 0.5 inch here, and then on the inside leg 0.5 inch here. This is the center front already cut out. As you can see, I added 0.5 to the crotch and 0.5 to the inside leg. Same thing for the center back, crotch and inside leg, the allowance. So next, what I'm going to do, your center front, remove your pins and then you sew the 0.5 crotch. Why the center bar? Okay, let's do the center front first. Sew your 0.5 crotch and then we'll attach our pocket. So in this video, we'll be learning how to attach our pocket on the center front. So we'll learn two different pockets on both sides. We'll learn on either side, we'll learn our slant pocket on one side and the straight pocket on the other. So we'll be able to do any of it we want later. So now I'll be sewing my 0.5 crotch. Okay, so this is the center front. I'm done sewing the crotch. To attach your pocket, you open up the front, the good side of your fabric. Now for slant pocket, what you need to do is measure 2 inches on the waist and mark, and then from 2 inches you slant out to the hip part 6.5 or 7 inches. So I'll use 6.5. You can use 7 inches, especially for people with big arms. Next, bring your pocket bag. For the pocket bag, you cut 13 by 14 inches. So 14 width, 13 length, 13 by 14. And then you place it like this underneath your pocket. Don't forget, this is the good side of my fabric. And this should also be the back side, the wrong side of your pocket bag. Next, place your short on it. Make sure the pocket bag is 1 inch higher, and then you place it on it this way. Now, because this has curves, so definitely there will be space here, but you just need to make sure it aligns on this damper, and then it's 1 inch higher. 1 inch higher. Next, you hold both of them together and fold. So you slant it, don't forget what I said. Hold both of them together and then you fold. Now top stitch by 0.25. So I'm using a contrasting thread so that it can show. Top stitch. So the slanted part, top stitch, you notch the 6 inches or 6.5 or 7 inches by 0.5 inch. Don't forget our seam allowance by the side is 0.5, so I'll notch it and then slant it out. Make sure it sits right, and it depends on the fabric you're using. You can also add paper stay underneath this before you fold it. Now you top stitch by 0.25. Top stitch to the slanted side and stop. Bring it out. Put out your threads. Next, you open up the pocket bag this way. This is the trouser part. You raise it up and then you cut out the excess on the pocket itself. Now fold this under. Fold it and sew it on the pocket bag, the part of the pocket bag. You have to fold it very neatly. You can fold and iron it first, so it would be in place before you top stitch. Now you're top stitching top stitching it on the pocket bag, and then you follow up. So you fold all the way. Next, bring the pocket to the side. So you are folding the pocket now. Place the pocket on fold. Take it to the side this way. See how it comes out. Now raise the short up, and then we have only the pocket bag underneath. Drop down 0.5 from the notch part, and then notch in by 0.5. Now flip, watch what I did. Raise it up, notch only the pocket bag, and then you flip it. Flip it. So the notch part would help for you to be able to place them together back. And then you sew following the curve, so you can curve your pocket. And you see following the curve this way. Now you're sewing from that top stitch part by 0.25, follow your curve. Flip the pocket inside out back. Let me place it back so you see what we flipped. So don't forget we turned it before to sew the inside, and now I've turned it back. Next, what you need to do, top stitch on the part you just sew. So always make sure you use your pressing iron, iron it out to bring it out, and then you top stitch just to hold it in place. So that's why you need to sew it twice. The first one was to flip, and then this top stitch. Now bring your shorts down, place it. Now make sure the pocket is sitting right. Don't forget we're done closing the down part. Make sure it's sitting right, everything is laid properly. Now what you need to do is top stitch this up part. You can even use your pins first. Just top stitch the waist part so that it holds the pocket in place. Always cut your threads, and then you trim off the 1 inch or whatever is left. Next, what you need to do is just top stitch this part so that it holds the remaining side down. Don't forget, now we're done with the pocket. Don't forget what we took in here was 2 inches. So I'll just measure the 2 inches back so I can curve it back. Don't forget the waist is curved. Now we're done. This is the slant pocket. So it's neatly sewn inside out. So next I'm going to, on the left hand side now, we'll be doing the straight pocket. So we'll have 2 types of pocket on it before we close it. So next I'll still get my 13 by 14. Okay, next this is the other side of the shirt. So for straight pocket, from the waistline you measure 1 inch down, and then the pocket would be 6.5 or 7 inches, between 6 to 7 inches. Measure it. Now place your pocket over it. Make sure it's equal up here. Don't forget, you know you have a curve on the waist. So I'll raise, just turn it, flip it to the back so we can see it properly. This is it. Now we have a curve on the waist, so that's why I'm trying to place this properly. So I'll come to this is the back of the shorts now. I'll measure my 1 inch and then the 6.5 or 7 inches down. Next thing to do is notch the 0.5. So the measurement 0.5 I'm notching in is on the shorts, not the pocket bag, because the short is a bit. So notch your 0.5, come down to the length, notch same 0.5 in. Next, take it to my machine and sew from that notch part. Sew both of them together from that notch part to this other end. Trim off weight, so it's not too bulky. Now I'll flip it to the back, the pocket back to the back. Now open to the pockets part and top stitch. Let me turn it to the back. Top stitch the pocket bar like this. Top stitch your seam to the pocket bag like so. This way it sits perfectly and it's nicely placed. So next, into this part. Next, fold your pocket bag into two. Take it underneath. Make sure you place it well. So align it properly. And both pocket bags are properly aligned. Now raise your shorts up, drop down 0.5, make sure they're equally placed. Come down 0.5 and notch by 0.5 or 2.5 this way. Now hold the pocket bag, same thing with the difference, like perfect. I've notched. Now flip the curve using that notched part to place them together. You flip the pocket bag and sew on the curve. So from that notch part, following the curve. Always cut your front. Now flip back, so you turn inside out. Turn inside out, iron, and then you top stitch. Top stitch, same curve. Place it back together properly. Make sure the pocket bag is sitting right. Now all I need to do is top stitch the up part, this waist side, so that I can hold it in place. to trim off. Don't forget what we have here is 0.5 seam allowance. So I'll just follow the curve of my shorts to trim up the pocket bag. Now top stitch this down part. Next, so we're done. This is a straight pocket, so I will be joining it with the center back so we can see how it comes out. So for your center back pattern, what you need to do, this is the center back, trace out your dart and sew the dart before you sew the crotch. So that's what we're doing next. We'll sew our dart and then the crotch. Okay, now I've sewn the dart and then I've joined the crotch. So now I'll be attaching my back to the front. This is the back, and then let me bring the front back. So don't also forget to top stitch the up part of the slant of the straight pocket that you did, so you can trim off any excess. Now we have slant here and we have straight pocket here. So next is to join the sides. So place them together. Don't forget what we have at the side is 0.5, so that's what I'll be using to sew. 0.5 cm all the way down. Follow your curve. And next, join the other side. For this straight pocket, you have to feel when you're sewing by the same 0.5, this notch part. So by the time you start sewing, when you're sewing here, you feel the bulge, the pocket. Of the pocket opening, so that way make sure you don't sew on the pocket opening. You have to just sew close to it, so by the time you turn it will still be opened and not closed. So I'm still sewing by my 0.5, but I'll just have to follow up and make sure I don't sew on the bulge. Same 0.5 for you don't want to close your pocket. 0.5. So I've sewn it. Next, what I'm going to do is sew the inside leg by 0.5. So you place them together. Make sure the seam aligns under your inside leg. Make sure it aligns. You can pin it up before you start sewing. And then you sew by 0.5 from one in leg seam to the other. So I've sewn the inside leg. Now I'm going to turn my shirts. Okay, now it's done. This is my slant pocket showing. Now see the straight pocket. If you check up, you can't see it except you put your hand there, the opening. So that's it. That's the essence why we need to sew it close. Remember that 0.5 we were sewing, and at the same time we're trying not to sew on the pocket opening itself. So that way by the time you wear it, you're seeing it's very close to the seam already. So that's why it's called straight pocket. So now to attach your zipper, you can attach it to your left hand side, you can attach it to the front or to the back. So for me to attach my zipper here, all I need to do is loosen 7 inches down and then attach my zipper and then the band. So I'll just attach the zipper now before the band. Okay, so you can put your zipper. So for me to fix my zipper, I'll just loosen 7 inches and fix my zipper here. You can attach your zipper to the back too, but make sure you sew it the invisible way, and then you attach your band so it will come out right. So we have our straight pocket here and we have the slant pocket here. You can attach a zipper and the band afterwards and then complete your hemming. Thank you.